Good morning, Coyotes. My name is Torrin Rikers, and today I'm joined with
Christopher Casey
and Xander Grable.
We have a really special episode planned out for you today, including a spotlight on our animal shelter, a movie review with Shannon, and much more. So get ready, because Good Morning Castaic starts right now.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated.
Welcome back, Coyotes. Today we're going to be discussing the topic of the week, which is, should students be required to take a performing arts class? Chris?
I think I'm in like the middle about it, because if you already have a career that you already want to do and it's already set, then go and pursue that one. Don't worry about all those other things. But if you don't know what you want to do and you want to experiment saying like of what you're good at, what you're not, then go and take a performing arts class and just see what you want to actually do for the future. What about you, Xander?
Yeah, I don't think it should be a requirement. I feel like it's more of a preference thing, and it should be optional. If you want to like go into like a career or like you have a hobby that's what that class actually is, like theater, if you want to be like an actor or actress. I don't think it should be required. I feel like it's more of just experimenting of what you want to do.
Yeah, I do agree. I think students should be required to take a performing arts class, because a lot of the high school students don't really know what they want to do for a career yet. So it's important for students to actually take the courses to figure out what they want to do, because you never know what you might actually like. We actually have a few Instagram comments. Lord Wari says that he disagrees because you shouldn't have to take an art because most people aren't going to continue art in the future, and it should be optional. That was kind of like what you were saying, because a lot of students really don't, they already know what they want to do, like especially with their CTE pathway. With welding and stuff, people already know what they want to do, so it's important to take that into consideration when before forcing students to go into a performing art class.
You got a point with that one. I have one from Castaic Coyote Theater. It says, I agree. When you take a PA class, you learn how to collaborate, think on your feet, and express yourself. And also you get a chance to walk in another person's shoes, which I will agree, that is like my other half point about it, is like, you get to experience these things that you may not had much experience in. Yeah. So learning that can actually help you with either that performing arts career or a career that you actually are wanting to go in. So.
Yeah. MX Jew said, personally, I don't think it's needed unless you plan to do performing arts in the future or currently enjoy it. But it's a fun experience to have, and it helps you build confidence. And I agree with that. Like what I said, theater, it takes a lot of confidence and courage and bravery to go up on a stage and like act out a scene in front of hundreds of people. Yeah. And yeah, they were kind of saying that they don't agree because it's more of like a preference kind of thing, like what I said earlier.
Yeah, but I think it's overall just fun. Performing arts is fun.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. But all right, thank you guys for your comments. Now let's send it over to Pack POV.
I don't think they should be required just because they're not like core subjects. But if you want to like be in theater, like sing when you're older, I guess you could be in it if you want. But I don't think it should be like required to go to college or anything.
I think students are required to take a performing art. I think students should be required to take a performing arts. What was the question again? I think students should be required to take a performing arts class because it helps create well-roundedness in students and helps them explore and realize their passions and it helps them really channel that creative side that I feel like everybody should be able to have.
I think it would be a very educational experience for everybody to take a performing arts class because it'll provide further like knowledge for them and like all that good stuff, you know? No. Because I feel like that people shouldn't be forced to take something. For example, not everybody likes theater, so people get put into a theater class and they just, I don't know.
I feel like it's not everybody's things. Everybody can do their own thing, you know.
Honestly,
No, because some people are more talented than others. Like there's some people that are like meant to be acting, and some people that aren't. Like me, I can't really act, can't really sing either. But for other people, maybe that's what they want to do and stuff. So yeah. No, I don't think they should. I don't think they're required to take one. You know, that should be an option. An option.
I'd have to say, whatever floats your boat. Yeah. Whatever makes you happy, do that.
They're good.
Like Maceo, he's eating his hamburger because it makes him happy.
Thank you guys for your opinions and our PAC POV. The Castaic Animal Care Center has a variety of animals waiting to be adopted. Grace and Torrin, take a look.
Well, the Castaic Animal Care Center is one of 7 county facilities where we have animals, whether they're stray or they're turned in by their owners, where we turn around and adopt them out to the public. We live in a semi-rural area, so we take in all sorts of livestock, obviously dogs and cats, but we also have the pocket pets, you know, guinea pigs, rabbits, rats sometimes. There's no limit to what kind of animals we take in. We're pretty much you know, there for any animal that needs assistance. We also help with wildlife, so the variety of animals is immense.
We have different resources now that we provide for our community. Low-cost vaccination, low-cost spay and neutering. We also do surgeries for our feral cat communities out there. But you know, we are here to help the public, whatever they need. The best part is seeing the people come and choose an animal, and when they get it, adopt it and go home.
You know, we are inundated with animals. We are always looking for a solution to get them out into good homes. The numbers of homeless animals out there that we take in needs to coincide with adoption rates. So, you know, we certainly don't want to see any animals euthanized, and we do our best to not euthanize them, whether it be transferring from care center to care center. But we need the help of the public to come in and adopt out these animals.
Make sure you go ahead and adopt a pet. Now, let's send it over to this week's announcements.
Hey Coyotes, I'm Janelle Estrella with this week's school announcements. Up first, Open House is on March 23rd at 6 p.m., preceded by a Future Coyote Night, which will feature the many programs at Castaic High School. Be sure to tell all your friends and your younger siblings' friends that Castaic High School is open enrollment, so be sure to attend. Tomorrow, Tuesday, March 22nd, from 12 to 5 p.m., the Santa Clarita Valley Teen Job and Resource Fair will be held at the Santa Clarita Sports Complex. This is a great opportunity for any students that are looking for a jump start in meeting future employers and even applying to available positions. Defiant SCV is hosting a high school summit open to all club member or non-club members on Wednesday, March 30th, 2022. Come join us for a day of fun activities off campus. Meet students from multiple schools, win prizes, and participate in a friendly dodgeball tournament. This year's theme is Disney. Every high school is allotted 50 students who are wanting to participate. Pick up your permission slip to save your spot on the bus. The bus will be leaving at 8:30 and will not be back on campus until 2 p.m. The last day to submit is March 21st to Mrs. Benavides in room 633. Auditions for Theater 2 and 3 will be held on May 2nd in room 924 between 2:45 and 5 p.m. Information about what to audition with is on the school's website's theater page. Email hmystery@heartdistrict.org with any questions. Be sure to fill in the interest form on our website page so Mrs. Mystery can send you reminders for the audition day and so you can receive more information. Good Morning Castaic is looking for students with prior video experience to join our nationally award-winning program for the next school year. We're looking for filmers, editors, personalities, and storytellers. Get COC credit, join us in Long Beach for the STN convention next year, and make our show the best it can be. The application is located on the profile of our Instagram account, or drop by room 907 for more information. Be a part of the action. Well, Coyotes, that's all I have for this week's school announcements. Reporting for Good Morning Castaic, I'm Janelle Estrella.
Thank you, Janelle, for those announcements. On March 8th, Apple did their keynote and released some new products. Here's a Tech Corner with the latest information. Morning everybody, welcome back to a new edition of Chris's Tech Corner. I hope you do enjoy this new version of it. And also for anyone that's asking about if I have updated my setup, obviously not really. I did upgrade the keycaps though, but I do have a full new setup coming in the way. So on March 8th, Apple did release their new keynote where they talked about some new devices they are planning to make. So let's just get right into it. So for the iPhone, nothing really new for the 13 line except that they did release a new color. Green for the regular 13 and for the 13 Pro and Pro Max, Alpine Green, which I think is a really amazing shade of green, especially since it's kind of like a throwback to the iPhone 11 with their midnight green color for their Pro line. Other than that, nothing really new, except that they did release a new iPhone SE, which has some stuff from the iPhone 13 like their A15 Bionic chip, which makes it basically as powerful as the iPhone 13, and just some other cutbacks like the screen and such. For stuff like that, it will land you at around $429. So if you're looking for a pretty good budget phone, then I think the iPhone SE for this year will land you a good price. Now, let's get on to the iPad. So for the iPad, they released a new iPad Air coming in black, white, blue, and a new purple, and just another color like pink. Other than that, it is a very powerful iPad coming with the M1 chip from their 2020 line of Macs. It's going to be probably one of the most powerful iPads that Apple has ever even made. Just especially, it's going to be powerful for artists, graphic designers, and just anyone that needs that powerful of a tablet. For prices for these, a 64 gig model will land you around $599, and for a 256 gig version, $749. So again, if you need a very powerful tablet and you don't mind spending a little extra, I think this will be a very good choice for any artist or just anyone that needs it out there. But now let's get on to the new line of Macs, Mac Studio. So for the Mac, pretty much it's just a very powerful and just amazing machine. It basically kind of looks like an M1 Mac Mini, but just thicker, more powerful. Basically, it has the new M1 Ultra chip, which is basically just two M1 Maxes fused together. We could have had an M2 by now, but Apple's not good at naming choices. Other than that, with the new Studio display, it just makes it a very amazing machine, I have to say. And the one that's not amazing is the prices. So for the M1 Max version, it's about maybe $2,000. And for the M1 Ultra version, it's about $4,000. And for the Studio display, it's around $1,600. A very pricey machine, but it's just so powerful and just so amazing. Other than that, that's pretty much all the keynote had to offer. My name is Christopher Casey, and if you have any suggestions for us, please contact CastaiCTV@heartdistrict.org for any criticism, suggestions, or just anything you have for the segment to be better. Now let's head back to the studio.
Thank you for your tech corner, Chris. Now let's head on over to What's Trending with Connor.
Good morning, Coyotes. My name is Connor Whitlatch, and today I'm here to give you your fix of what's been trending this week. To start, Saturday Night Live star Pete Davidson will be one of 6 passengers headed to outer space on March 23rd aboard a ship launched by Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin. Davidson will have the opportunity to experience 4 minutes of weightlessness by traveling to the edge of space at an altitude of just more than 65 miles. When eating at famed Jersey Shore restaurant, The Lobster House, Michael Spressler describes how he believed one of his molars cracked when biting into a raw clam. However, the round item on his tongue wasn't a broken tooth, it was a pearl. According to the Pearl Source website, the pearl could be as little as $50 and as much as $100,000 based on which body of water it came from. What did you do to celebrate Pi Day? Well, one pair of Swiss researchers celebrated by setting a new Guinness World Record by calculating the beloved number to be this many digits. The calculation took a total of 108 days and 9 hours to perform, but in the end, Thomas Keller and his team say it was worth the hard work. Taking a trip back up to New Jersey, Animal Control Officer Jim Ferry responded to a report of a parrot on the loose in a wooded area. Come to find upon arrival that the supposed bird was a decorative ceramic parrot. The department said the fake parrot is being lovingly cared for until an owner claims it. The discovery sure made for a quick laugh. Well, Coyotes, that's all I have for you this week, and I'll see you next time with What's Trending.
Thank you, Connor, for that What's Trending segment. Today, we wanted to let you know that there's a lot of resources to help you if you're experiencing mental health issues. Today, we take a closer look.
No one likes you.
You're ugly.
You'll always be alone.
Stop talking to me.
Can't you take a joke?
Why are you so poor?
You're stupid.
You're a failure.
The world would be better without you.
We love you.
Do you need to talk?
I'm here for you.
It's okay if you feel sad.
You're a good friend.
You are not alone.
The Batman has been a box office hit. GMC's Shannon Smith gives her thoughts about it in her movie review.
Hello Coyotes, my name is Shannon Smith and today we'll be reviewing Warner Brothers DC, The Batman. Recent changes in the Oscars judging criteria, I decided I would make my own based on 4 specific aspects of film: story, thematics, acting, and rank, or a star rating. Let's look at our first part of our star criteria, story. The Batman follows young Bruce Wayne only 2 years after he's become the Batman. Things are rough though. He has a shaky relationship with Commissioner Gordon and no one knows him yet as the Dark Knight, everyone calling him the Freak in the Mask. This storyline follows him having to solve clues left by the Riddler to unmask a dirty mystery in the gritty streets of Gotham. Overall, the story of this movie is very well thought out. The clues are clever and no one can help but be charmed by the young Batman and the mistakes he makes, and whether or not he'll be able to stop the Riddler in time before all hell lets loose. However, one can't imagine as time ticks by not 1, not 2, but 3 hours when the movie is going to end. In other words, it's long. This movie is so long. So while the story is very well thought out, the overly long story and the dialogue can take away from the greatness it could have been. So I give this movie a 4 on the star rating. Okay, next, thematics. This mainly entails the composition of the film: music, shots, scenery, and pacing. What makes this Batman movie so special is the gothic aesthetic which it really tries to portray in both the city of Gotham and the characters themselves. The score goes really well along with it to set the mood and give it a prettier vibe. However, the gothic aesthetic is portrayed in both the scenery and the people themselves, so if you don't like emo Batman, then you might not be able to take this movie very seriously. However, because I think the gothic aesthetic portrays how dark Batman is in the comics, I give this a 5 on the thematic scale. Next, we have acting, which begs the question, how well can the actors adhere to the characters that they play? Overall, the actors do a good job in their roles. They don't play into stereotypes and they end up putting their own twist on each persona they adopt. However, sometimes the twist can be too much for some and is ultimately a personal opinion on whether you like it or not. Also be aware that this film focuses mainly on the Batman, leaving most of the other characters feeling secondary and not giving much opportunity to shine with all the screen time this movie has. While this movie's actors ultimately do a great job adapting to their unconventional roles, one couldn't help but wonder if this movie would have been much better if they would have had their own opportunity to shine. Because of this, we give it a 3 on the acting scale. But I saved the best for last with rank. How well does this movie compare to previous Batman movies? It's not totally fair to say it's completely unique. It shares some of the same Batman features as previous ones, such as the plot, the antagonist's actions, and even the detective and romantic story, which can at times challenge its originality. Because this movie's main driving point is its aesthetic, which is a personal thing, I would have to give this movie a 3 on the ranking scale compared to other Batman movies. In other words, if you're wondering if it's better than The Dark Knight, it's not. But that shouldn't stop you from going to see what is perhaps one of the best DC films of all time. It sure blew me away. And if you're looking for another blockbuster to go see, I recommend Uncharted. It earned an 8 out of 10 on my star scale, but that's another story for another time. Oh yeah, so did I ever mention Batman's overall score? With a 4 in story, a 5 in thematics, a 3 in acting, and a 3 in rank, I would have to argue this movie still earns an 8.5 out of 10 on my star scale. If you'd like to prove me wrong, I recommend you go see the movie yourself. Anyway, this has been Shannon's Star Ratings. This is Shannon Smith reporting for GMC. Bye!
I personally think the Batman movie was kind of overhyped.
Yeah, I agree. I think there have definitely been better Batman movies, like the Lego Batman.
That was really good.
Sadly, I haven't watched the Batman.
Well, you shouldn't.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Good Morning Castaic.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram and YouTube at Good Morning Castaic.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.